Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you read from the title, we are doing a review video on the Becca 24-hour wear foundation. I'm really excited to try out this foundation. Unfortunately, I'm not going to wear it for a full 24-hour, but I'll try to wear it as long as possible because I go to bed pretty early at nighttime, so I can't wear it for a full 24 hours, but we're going to test it for as long as I possibly can. And because summer is almost approaching here in Texas, it's fairly hot today, so we're going to test all the benefits that it says it has, and then also test it for as long as I can wear the foundation. Before we jump into this video, please don't forget to click and subscribe and join the family here. I know some of you guys have been watching these videos and not clicking and subscribing. Please click and subscribe and support me, support my channel. And if you love my content, please just go ahead and subscribe. And if you want a notification, don't forget to click that bell right across from the subscribe button so you can be notified when I post a new video like today. And if you love this review, at the end, you can give this video a thumbs up. So like I said before, we're doing the Becca 24-hour wear foundation. So I received this box complimentary from Influencer. Once again, if you guys do not know what Influencer is, if this is your first time here on my channel, I have an account with Influencer. It's an app that you can download on your phone, and you can receive free products based off your stats from your social media accounts such as Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Gmail, and a blog. Once you download and put in all your information, they will begin to start sending you free products to review, and you have to do certain tasks in order to continue to get their boxes, such as posting, reviewing on their site or Sephora or Ulta, just different things, nothing too crazy and complicated. I like to post things here on YouTube because if I get something new that I haven't tried out, I love to share it with you guys. So let's get into this foundation. I'm really excited because the foundation has 24 shades, and from the little diagram, they have a pretty good selection of lighter tones, but they also have a pretty good selection of darker shades. So they added new shades to this collection to help kind of expand the in-between shades, because I think people were complaining about the shade range a little bit. I have used Becca foundation before, but the one I have is the matte foundation in the tube, so I haven't tried this foundation out. Before I get into the shade that I have and whatever they sent me, I'm just going to talk about basically the benefits and everything that it claims to do. It says that one pump is all you need to effortlessly, we know we can't say this word on my channel, effortlessly, whatever, cover imperfections, redness, hyperpigmentation, and uneven texture. I do have a little bit of hyperpigmentation. I do have a little bit of spots from acne, and I have some moles, and I have a little bit of uneven texture, so we're gonna test those out. It retails for $44 at Sephora and Ulta. It should be already in stores. It says May, coming in stores in May, so we'll see. You can buy it online since April 21st, so I'm pretty sure you guys have already heard about this foundation, but it's not available in stores until May. But it is $44, and I will let you guys know how much is in the container for $44. I know some of Becca products can be very steep, but I do personally like Becca products. I haven't had any issues with their products so far, so $44. If this foundation is bomb, we'll see if it's worth it. It also says, here's some of the other benefits. It's water resistant, transfer proof, hydrating, 24-hour wear, oil free, natural finish. Now it doesn't say anything about being matte, so that's one of my concerns because I have oily skin, but it does say oil free and water resistant, so hopefully that'll keep me from being so oily throughout the day. So I'm just really excited, and they did add new colors like vanilla, ivory, linen. Those are for the lighter tones. For the darker shades, they added chestnut and walnut. So in their other foundation, I am in the color, well, I have the color, I think, mahogany, which is a little too dark for me. So I only wear it during the summer, and I still have to lighten it up a bit with concealer. But this one got the email from influencer, and I had to like try to find a color based off the little chart they had on there. For my shade, I chose Sienna, because I felt like that was the one that best matched me. And another foundation I have is also the same color. And looking on the card, it seems to be pretty accurate, if not maybe a little bit too dark. But if I would have got mahogany like I did the last time, it would have been way too dark for my skin tone. But I love that they have these deeper, darker shades for girls who are darker than my complexion. So for the $44, you get 1 fluid ounce of foundation, which is awesome. So here is the outside box. And most of the time with influencer, they send you full-size products. Like when I did the Laura Mercier powder, they send a full product. Every so often they'll send like small samples, like with skincare, just depending on what it is. If it's like a skincare thing and it's like multiple pieces, that's when you get the smaller samples. But for things like this, you get a larger sample. So here is the bottle. It is sleek. It is clean. I love beautiful foundation bottles. I love this. Becca always has really nice packaging. It's a glass bottle, and it's also a pump, just in case you guys were wondering. And the color seems to be, from the inside of the bottle, seems to be a good match, so I think I did pretty good. Lastly, they also sent us the First Light priming filter. This is a instant complexion refresh primer. I'm assuming primer. And then I drop it, and I'm pregnant and I can't reach. It's gonna take a minute. So this is just the primer that they want us to test out and try and see how we like it. I'm not gonna do the primer by itself because I want to really focus on the foundation. So I'm going to put the primer on and see how it reacts with my skin before applying my foundation, and just to see how it goes with my normal routine. It says that your instant fix for bad face day. Introducing a new pick-me-up, a luxurious lavender hue priming filter powered by Luminous that preps, perks, and perfects the complexion. So basically, it's going to leave a hue on the skin. It's supposed to make you look lighter, refreshed, awake. Let's see how this goes. So I already did my eyes and my eyebrows. It looks weird because normally I do my eyebrows and then I do my eyes with you guys, but because we're doing the face on camera and we're not really worrying about the eyes, I decided to do the eyes off camera. So I'm going to take some of the primer. Oh, it's purple. And it's like a little bit runny. So I don't expect this to be like a mattifying primer. Once again, kind of scared because I have oily skin. It's very translucent, it's very thin, it's not really thick like some of my other primers. Oh my god, it smells really good. I love the smell. I particularly don't like a lot of lavender stuff, but this smells really, really nice. It has like a lavender lemon kind of smell, and you can see that my face is kind of glowing a little bit, just a little. I have been getting like comments on some of my reviews saying, oh, you should have did it this way, should have did it that way. So to make this fair, because I do have to go somewhere today, I have to go to multiple places, and I don't want to look a hot, oily mess. But for the sake of the video, I am not going to put powder on top of the primer. I'm just going to leave it just the way it is, because I know I want to test the primer and the foundation to its full potential. But on a normal day, if I use a primer like this that's not mattifying, I would go ahead and take some powder and hit my T-zones. But the primer seems to have soaked into my skin and it's not oily or greasy. So we'll see how this goes. For the foundation, it doesn't really tell me on these cards that was in my influencer box how to apply the foundation, like either with a brush or a sponge, but I normally apply it with a brush, so I'm just going to do it how I normally do it. I don't want to use a sponge. I don't really like applying my foundation with sponges. So the brush I use is my Real Techniques brush, and this is the buffing brush. I use this every time I apply my foundation. So I'm just going to shake it, even though it didn't say shake it. And I'm going to have this little tray. It's kind of dirty, but this is where I put my foundations on. It did say 1 pump was all you need, and I pumped like 3 pumps. So I am going to just barely tap into the foundation on my brush, so there's still some on this tray. And that's about 1 pump, and I'm going to apply it to this side first, and let's see. Oh, the coverage is really nice. The color is nice. So I'm trying to just get half of my face for you guys so you guys can see the difference. Oh my God, this looks so amazing. So this is how it's looking with like 1 pump, you can say 1 dab of foundation. This is my normal side of my face. And then this is the one with the foundation. It has a little sheen to it, but I think it's gonna kind of dry down because it's looking really good. The coverage is awesome. So I'm gonna show you guys my bad side, and then I'm gonna apply a dab of foundation on this side. Now I do feel like 3 pumps is definitely enough, if not a little too much for me. If you have more acne scars, maybe 3 pumps will be the perfect amount. But I'm noticing that it is oxidizing, I cannot say that either, a lot. My face looks a little bit darker than what it was when I first applied the foundation. As you can see from my neck to my face, it's a little bit darker than normal, than what I would normally pick out. Even the bottle next to my skin, you can see that it's a bit darker than what it started off to be. It's not bad. It has like a nice red undertone. It's not too red. It's just, it did oxidize a little bit more than what I was expecting the color to actually be. But I mean, it's still nice, and the coverage is really, really pretty, really flawless on the skin. I like it so far. I mean, I don't have any issues. It covered up all my little moles and my acne scars. It blended out everything nice and evenly. So for concealer, I'm just going to take my Better Skin concealer from Maybelline and take my Shea Moisture concealer. I'm choosing these two because one is a little bit more richer than the other, so I don't want it to be too dark. And now that I'm seeing the foundation, I'm glad I made this choice. So I'm going to take the Better Skin and apply it on, and it may look way too light, but because the foundation is so rich, it's just looking a lot lighter than I expected it to. Taking the Shea Moisture concealer, as you can see, it has a little bit more golden into it, and I'm gonna put that right on top, and just to hit those smile lines right there. That's the only reason why I do that. And I'm gonna work quickly because the Shea Moisture concealer dries pretty fast, and also the Maybelline one dries a little bit fast too, but not as fast as the Shea Moisture. And I'm just using a regular beauty sponge. This is from Ulta. It's one of my favorite ones. It's super, super soft, and it blends out most of my concealers just really nicely, so I never have an issue with that. So far, there's no dragging, there's no, you know how sometimes when you do this method with the sponge and you dab, it picks up the foundation. I'm not having that issue. My concealer is literally blending out perfectly. There's no issues. I'm not having any issues with the concealer, the sponge, the foundation at all. I'm just looking like hella bronze right now, really golden. I'm digging this. Maybe the color is not so bad, especially once you kind of get the concealer on. It just makes you look golden and bronzed and really nice. I'm just digging this look. This look is nice. Better Skin concealer dries pretty fast, but today it's just like it's working. I don't know if it's because the foundation didn't fully dry down yet, but okay, I can dig it. I'm not mad at it or anything. So I'm just gonna set it with the Laura Mercier powder. This is in the color medium deep. So I like to drag the powder down a little bit from down the cheeks to kind of help blend it out and not just have right under there blended. I like to kind of drag it out all the way down. I'm using that same sponge. The sponge is really good for like after you do your concealer and then doing your powder. It just helps everything set really nicely, and it's so freaking soft. And this is just the Ulta sponge from Ulta by Ulta. Because I'm going to set my face with the same Laura Mercier powder, I'm going to go under my eyes a little bit with the Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in the color Deep. It's a bit cooler than the Laura Mercier powder, so I like this one on top because it is cooler and it just adds a little highlight effect under the eyes. I'm only going to add this pretty much under the eye area. While that is sitting, I'm going to take my Becca. This is the Multitasking Perfecting Powder, and it's in deep bronze to kind of bronze up the face, even though we're pretty much warmed up anyways, but it's just to kind of contour and bring some depth to my face. Dust the little excess powder that was on my face away. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot. And I'm gonna take some more of that Laura Mercier powder just to kind of set the areas that didn't get set, like under here. As for blush and highlight, I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera and finish up the rest of my face. Then we're gonna come back and I'm going to just share some more thoughts. We looking really cute today. I am digging this natural bronzy golden look. The foundation, so far, so good. I finished my blush, my highlighter, as you can see, it's glowing. And I did my lips. And of course, we had to fix the wig because she was a little jacked. But hopefully, all goes well for the rest of the day. So far, my thoughts, I'm going to give my thoughts now on, since I just used the product. Application, great. Love that it was a pump. Love that the bottle was clear and not frosted. And I love the color. I just was a little scared because it did kind of oxidize a little bit. But once I kind of did my concealer and everything else, it just looks flawless. My face matched my neck now. My concealer went on perfectly, blended out nicely. No issues. My powders set nicely. The foundation actually set really well with the Laura Mercier powder. I'm not sure if that makes a huge difference versus just using my other foundation powders, but currently right now I just love that powder, so I've just been using it. It's nothing to help the foundation. I literally, since I've been doing my makeup for the past couple of weeks, I've been using that powder because it's easy and it doesn't like give me that super cakey look. So I've been using that powder for the past couple of weeks. The packaging is nice, everything. The primer so far seems good. We'll see how it does when I go out there in the Texas heat. It's currently windy, so hopefully that will help keep me from not being super hot, because lately I've been sweating a lot since the pregnancy. But yeah, so I'm gonna come back after I run my errands, pick up Zoe, and cook dinner. I'm gonna try to wear it until I'm just about to go to sleep so you guys can see. I know 24-hour is the thing, but who's wearing foundation for 24 hours unless you just really have to? I can't do it. So I will see you guys in a couple of hours. It's currently 12:13. I did apply the foundation around 11 something, So we'll see how long it lasts. Or we'll see just how it looks when I come back in a couple of in some hours or later today. Okay guys, so I am back. It is officially 9:04 at night. I've been having this foundation on for about 8+ hours, 8.5, almost 9 hours. I'm over it. I'm ready to go to bed. I stayed up as late as I could for you guys to wear the foundation, and so far I look okay. You know, my nose is very, very oily, which I expected it to, because this is the area where I get the most oil, and since I didn't use a matte primer, I didn't spray my face with a mattifying spray, or I didn't apply any powder to my face after the primer. I'm actually fairly happy with how I look for these 9 hours. So just imagine if I did all the things that I would normally do if I wore a foundation that wasn't mattifying, I probably would look 10 times better. Everything held up. My blush is still there, my contour, my highlight, eyebrows still look slick. It's a little bit of breaking right around the mouth area because I've been eating and talking and laughing. All in all, that's it. Like, forehead's looking good. It's like my forehead usually gets oily. It's not oily. It's literally just in this area. So everything looks good. So my final thoughts on this foundation is I highly recommend it if you have oily skin. Also, I just feel like if you do the necessary steps, like, you know, putting powder after your primer, and, you know, just setting your face and putting some mattifying spray on your face. Sorry guys, kind of sleepy. As far as for any other skin type, I also recommend it too, because it has great coverage. The color range is awesome, so I love the color range on this foundation, and it does basically what it says. It's oil free, it's waterproof, because I didn't sweat today, even though it was pretty hot today. It wasn't super hot, but it was hot enough to make me sweat, and I didn't sweat. Transfer proof. I don't really see anything coming off on my hand, except for the place where I get really oily. And a natural finish. I mean, I don't look cakey, so I guess that's the natural finish that it's saying. So I mean, I love it. I like it. I think I'm gonna add this into my collection and start using it more often. You guys will see the ultimate coverage 24-hour foundation from Becca in my routines and my videos more often when I start back doing more makeup videos. So, and for the primer, I'm not sure what I was supposed to be looking for the primer, but I think the primer helped in the sense of it gave me this glow. Like I told you guys earlier, when I applied the foundation, I just loved how I looked very bronzy and glowy, and just everything was popping. Maybe the primer has something to do with that. It did give me just a nice finish on the foundation, which helped everything else. It's not a mattifying primer, so I will use it and then use a mattifying primer in my T-zone here, because as you can see, this whole little area is just very oily, but that's normal for me. So that is my review on the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation and the Becca Instant Complexion Refresh Priming Base. So if you have tried either one or both of these products, let me know your thoughts down below. But for me, it is a A+, and I highly recommend it. I know that the foundation is $44. I will list the price for the primer down below for you guys to check out. And yeah, so just let me know your feedback and your thought on this review, and I can't wait to chat with you guys in my next video. Bye guys.